A lot of AI and automation tools require the terminal, but here's the thing, you don't need to be a developer to use it. In this video, I'll show you the 10 commands that cover 80% of what you'll ever need. So let's get into it. Before we start, make sure to check out my OpenClaw explainer video. There's a setup guide coming next as well. So what is the terminal? The terminal is just a text-based way to talk to your computer. Instead of clicking buttons, you type commands and that's it. Many tools don't have a graphical interface because text is faster and more flexible, and honestly, once you know a few commands, it's not scary at all. And always good to know your way around it. So let's go through them one by one. PWD is where am I? PWD stands for Print Working Directory. It shows you where you currently are in your file system. So as you can see here, I'm in the terminal demo. Then we got ls. So what's here? ls lists all the files and folders in your current directory. Add -la to see hidden files and more details. You can see this here. As I said, it's super simple. I'm gonna put the list of all the commands down in the descriptions as well. Then we got cd, which is move around. cd means change directory. This is how you navigate between folders. cd followed by a folder name goes into that folder. cd with 2 dots goes 1 level up, and cd tiled goes back to your home directory. Those were already the first 3 ones. Now we got number 4, which is mkdir, which is make directory. It creates a folder. So simple as that, there's not much more to say. mkdir, and then the name results in a new folder. Number 5, cat prints the content of a file directly in your terminal. If you need to edit a file, use nano. It's a simple text editor. Save with Ctrl-O and exit with Ctrl-X. Don't worry about Vim. Nano is easier to use. You can see this here as I'm showing this on the screen. All right, then we got the manage files, which is cp. This copies a file, mv moves or renames a file, and rm removes a file. So one important warning, rm deletes permanently. There's no trash bin, so double check before you hit enter with this one. You can see this here on the screen as I'm showing you those commands. Then we got curl. This is download from URLs. Curl fetches content from URLs. You see this in a lot of installation instructions. Run this curl command. It downloads files or shows API responses directly in your terminal. You can see this here. I'm curling example.com. You see the contents of this. Pipes and redirects. The pipe symbol takes the output of one command and sends it to another. So the greater than symbol writes output to a file. These two make your commands much more powerful. Grep searches for text inside files. Looking for what an API key is defined, grep finds it. So for example, grep API config searches this for you inside the file. This is super helpful. I can definitely do a tutorial on different grep commands as well. And last but not least, we got chmod, chmod, changes file permissions. Most commonly, you'll use this plus X to make a script executable. This is for Linux and Mac only. Windows handles permissions differently. So for example, if I do it like this, then I'm changing the file permission to make this script here executable. Now here's the pattern you use for almost every GitHub tool you want to install. Git clone downloads the repository, cd moves it into the folder, npm install or pip install installs the dependencies, and then you start it. This works for 90% of the tools you'll find on GitHub. For example, let's do this with the Hello World Git repository, as you can see here. So you can see that this is actually working. Errors will happen, don't panic, read the error message, actually read it, and then copy the important part and search for it. Add the tool name to your search. Stack Overflow, GitHub issues will usually have your answer, or these days, your favorite LLM or chatbot, for example, OpenClaw, will definitely know the answer. Here's what you don't need to learn. You don't need to memorize regex. You don't need to master Vim. You don't need to know every flag of every command. Copy paste from documentation works perfectly fine. And as I said, your AI will help you. Don't ever put any API keys or anything in there though. What matters is knowing the basics and having the confidence to actually try it out. So those are the 10 commands you actually need. In the next video, I'll show you how to set up OpenClaw, and you'll use exactly these commands. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments, subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of the OpenClaw series. And if you haven't watched it, make sure to check out the first video where I explain what OpenClaw is. And that being all said, thank you so much for watching, and see you again in the next video.